The Inside the Dam podcast is brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Check out Papa John's Pizza at 200 South Broadway Street in Minot for their deals and student discounts. And also, check out KMSU Channel 19's YouTube page every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the Inside the Dam podcasts.
From high pressure to clutch moments, in this segment we are taking our time to put our feet on the turf and gain some insight on Minot State football. Here today with us is sophomore kicker Brandon McCary. Glad to have you, Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
Kind of to start off, we're 3 games left in the season. What have been some of the highlights for you this season with your team?
Definitely just being around everybody. It's a great team to be around. It's like family. And then also just kicking. It's just fun being out there with everybody, and the operation is really smooth and just a great time overall.
And so you're from Plano, Texas.
Yes.
You spent 2 seasons at Southwest Oklahoma State, just north of Texas a little bit. What made you want to come all the way up here to Minot, North Dakota?
It was another opportunity, a stepping stone in my career, and I was honestly pretty grateful to come up here because it's a beautiful place, and I've never been up this far.
As I'm a Minot native, so I can attest to a little bit of that, but just hearing different perspectives from people from further south where it's a lot warmer than it is here is always interesting.
Yeah.
So preseason, you were named one of 38 players in all of college football to be named to the Fred Mitchell watch list, honoring outstanding kickers, and one of 7 players in the NCAA Division II level. What is it like to have an honor like that?
It's truly mind-boggling. It's a surreal experience, and I don't know. It's like it kind of just popped up out of nowhere. I didn't really know, and then my coach had sent it to me, and I was like, holy, it's like, dang. It's a pretty cool feeling, so I'm blessed.
Yeah, and you're named one of the top 100 kickers in all of football, so congrats on that as well.
Thank you.
Kind of moving more towards your in-game kicking. You're 10 for 12 this season so far. What part of your kicking routine is most important for your consistency?
Just keeping everything the same. I have like a routine I do every time I go out, every time I kick, start with stuff and end with some, but just keeping it the same rhythm, same tempo, everything.
Do you have any kind of strange pre-kick rituals or anything like that you can share with us?
No, not really. Just make sure socks are pretty tight and shoes are pretty tight. That's about it. Nothing too crazy.
So along with that, you have been very consistent, but if you do have a miss, what do you do to reset yourself after that kind of situation?
Kind of just move on, just forget about it. It's just like it's one kick at a time, and we just move to the next. So if I sit there and dwindle on it, I feel like it's a lot worse, and it can be a lot worse. So try to move past.
Yeah. You kicked your career-long 48-yard field goal this Saturday against the University of Sioux Falls, which tied for third longest in Minot State history. Walk me through your mindset on lining up big kicks like that.
I try not to think about it too much. I just go out there, same thing. Same thing if it was just a PAT or just a far field goal. It's just you got to keep the same mindset. So I had nothing different, no harder, no simpler or softer, just same thing.
And you kind of do these reps every single day during the week. What typically do you do during a given week to get ready for these games coming up on the weekends?
I try to keep my body as fresh as possible with treatment and icing and all that stuff, but also just when I'm out in the field, kind of just like do my thing and warm up and try to hit almost every spot on the field that could possibly be thrown at me. So.
And Minot State, or not Minot State specifically, but football in general is a very strength-intensive sport, conditioning-wise. How do you balance more mechanical training versus the strength and conditioning type of training?
I keep pretty even, but during the season I definitely tone down the getting strength and all the conditioning to really focus in because it's hard to keep a longevity of my legs throughout the season, so I really try to mechanically stay in it.
And speaking of practices, we're in Minot, North Dakota. We're no stranger to the wind. We're no stranger to the cold. How do you adjust to those in practice, those conditions in practice for getting ready for games? Because I know we've had a couple of windy games early on in the season. So how do you adjust to those?
It definitely helps being up here in a super windy place. You just sit there and you have to learn where to aim and hit the ball, so it kind of just goes back into through the post. But I mean, it's nice having a very windy place to practice, because when there's no wind, it's pretty easy.
And so, kind of moving away to your kind of personal goals, what is your milestone you want to hit this season? Just with the last couple of games we have left, or have you already hit your milestone, or do you have any other goals that you're trying to reach?
Definitely, I've already hit one of my goals, which was to kick at least 8 field goals this season. But honestly, just to finish pretty strong, and just finish pretty strong, honestly.
You have the most points scored by a Beaver at 48 points on the season. So kind of what are your plans for the future of football? Do you plan on continuing, finishing at Minot State, and do you have any plans for football after college as well?
I haven't thought about it in depth. I'm kind of just still in the season. But, I mean, I would love to continue to play football, and hopefully at the higher level too. That'd be pretty cool and surreal. So, I mean, it's definitely a dream of mine.
And then so we're kind of talking about pregame and then after college kind of things. In college, you're on the specialty teams. Do you have specific guys that hype you up a whole lot, or that are your biggest supporter backing you all the time on the team? Can you give us some insight on that?
Really just the whole team, to be honest. The whole team's it's just a big family, and just everyone's there for each other. And Coach Shields and Coach Pham, they're always there behind me to give me confidence and to boost the morale no matter the situation or what happens. So I'm pretty blessed. I mean, Caleb, the long snapper, and the holder Gage, it's pretty smooth. So it's they're always I know they got me. So.
And those guys, those kind of the specialty guys, do you guys spend any time outside of the football field kind of building that team camaraderie, or do you spend most of your time just in practice all together kind of thing?
Definitely in practice, obviously. But outside of practice, yes, we do spend time together. We hang out. We go do stuff just like normal kids would do. But, I mean, just got to build the relationship so it's better overall.
Yeah. And one of my last questions, as a college kicker, you obviously have a passion for playing football and kicking and that sort of thing. Do you have anybody you looked up to specifically, whether it's past collegiate kickers or any professional kickers?
Honestly, I look up to my dad. My dad was a kicker in college and stuff. And then also I train back home with a bunch of guys, and like Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker, Cameron Dicker, the Chargers kicker. They're pretty big, so they're pretty consistent, and I look up to those guys because I've been around them, so it's pretty nice.
Well, it was great to hear from you tonight. Once again, this is the Inside the Dam podcast. I'm your host, Hunter Heit. Thank you for listening.